Hi, my name is Wade Burleson, and I'm pastor of a large Southern Baptist church in northwest Oklahoma. I want to say thank you to GuideStone. I have a degree in finance, and for many years I've been watching my retirement account accumulate, and I am absolutely thrilled with what GuideStone does for pastors and staff members and missionaries like myself. But I'm here today in Edmond, Oklahoma to say thank you to GuideStone for another reason. I want to introduce you to my grandmother, Cherry. My grandfather would be 100 years old this year were he alive. He died in 1970. He was an All-American football player for the University of Oklahoma. He played tight end. He went into the oil business after graduating with a degree in petroleum engineering. However, God called him to the ministry. And in 1950, soon after purchasing this house that I'm standing in front of, my grandfather went into full-time Christian ministry. He gave up a career in the oil business. He didn't make much money. And for that reason, when he died 20 years later, he left my grandmother and 11 children without much of a financial future. I found out this past summer when I was in New Orleans for the Southern Baptist Convention. I went by the GuideStone booth, got one of your fantastic pens, and met a gentleman who knew who I was and informed me about mission dignity. And I discovered that my grandmother has been helped by GuideStone. $200 a month for the last few years. I want you to meet Virginia Cherry. And I want her, along with me, to say thank you to those who give to Mission Dignity. Thank you to the board of directors and to the administrators of GuideStone. You cannot imagine what your help for widows means. Let's meet Virginia.
Hi, I'm Virginia Cherry. I live in Edmond, Oklahoma, and I'm the grandmother of Wade Burleson. I am 94, and I'll be 95 November the 30th. I have lived in this house ever since the summer of 1950. I've raised 11 children here in this old house. I can't imagine living anywhere else. I've lived here 60 years. My husband, Fred, was a Southern Baptist evangelist. My husband traveled all over the nation preaching the gospel. Fred was preaching a revival in Texas when he died. Through the years, it's been a struggle for us, but God has provided. At one time, we ran out of money, and I called my two older children in and told them it was time for us to pray that we would hear from their dad. He was in a 2-week revival then, and at the half of that revival, the only time in all of his ministry, the church took up an offering and sent me the money that we needed. For the last 2 years, GuideStone has sent me $200 a month. I have learned that this fund comes through the Mission Dignity Fund. This fund, it means that I can meet my expenses without worry or depending on anybody else. And it's been a real blessing to me because I've been able to keep my old home and be free from other means. Well, I would like to say how much it's meant to me to be able to continue living in the home that I've lived in for 60 years. I'm able to do a good part of my housework. I am able to fix my own meals, do my own laundry, and I can do that here, but I couldn't do it anywhere else. Thank you seems like a very little to be able to say, but I do thank you very much for this privilege of staying where I'm accustomed to being.
Well, you've had the privilege of meeting my grandmother, Cherry, and she's a delightful lady. I want to join her in thanking those of you who are on the board of directors for GuideStone, all of you across the nation who have given to the Mission Dignity Fund. I love GuideStone. I love what you stand for, what you represent, but I love you even more because you've reached out to help my grandmother, Cherry. Thank you very much for Mission Dignity. I'm going to be a part in giving to folks who are in need. And if you're out there listening to this, go to GuideStone's website, click on their Mission Dignity icon, and you can give online or you can plan your giving. It's a wonderful ministry. And Grandma, thank you for letting us come into your house to say thank you.
You're very welcome. This has been a privilege.